What RPG does the most with the least words? A subjective question, of course. It really depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking to play a game, play a role-playing game, and sit down and go, I would argue that that game would be Lasers and Feelings. It is an RPG on one page. It is heavily play tested, and there are several hacks of it. Usually, something and something is what the name is going to be. But on this game, you've got one stat, and you roll high or roll low depending on which of the two aspects of that stat you're going to be rolling, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Your character lives on an index card, or hell, if you've got a trustworthy table, it lives in your head. And pretty simple. Now, if you're looking for a game that's fully fleshed out, now, I understand the words fully fleshed out, that phrase is loaded as well. But I'll qualify it by saying you can make a character, you can sustain a campaign for several sessions, and have a complete campaign experience. I would probably have to go with Fate Accelerated, the most game for the least words. It is based on Fate Core. It is part of Fate Core, really. Character creation takes minutes, and you can play very fast. It's something like I think it's 30-something pages. It might be 40-something pages, but as far as fully fleshed out RPGs go, I'd probably put that there. There's a lot of games that should get honorable mention. I mean, really, gosh, the Black Hack, and any of those games based on the Black Hack, like the Cthulhu Hack, those are between 20 and 50 pages, depending on what version you get. It's pretty fully fleshed out. You can go up levels. It's actually fewer pages than Fate Accelerated, but I'd only argue for Fate Accelerated because this is about doing the most with the least words, and each of the underscore hack games is meant for, typically one style. So that's the only reason I'll say Fate Accelerated, because it's basically a universal RPG in a short amount of space. Adventurers is another one by Grimmel. And I'm going to give honorable mention to this one, even though I don't have to. Savage Worlds. Now, you're going to say, Ron, this is 192 pages. Yes. In fact, it is the same word count as Fate Core, within a few words. But I would argue that for the amount of different things that you can do, and for the length of play that you can get from this game, I think your bang for the buck is there. Especially when you're not just looking at word count, $10 rule book. And truly, you don't really ever need any other books to run basically anything. One could argue, and I would probably agree, that you could not do a traditional supers game with just the core book. You do need the Superpowers companion. But that's it. And with Fate Accelerated, you could run a supers game with full-on superpowers out of that tiny core book, which is why it was my main pick. So, a lot to think about there. Word count versus value. Good question, folks. Until tomorrow, do good, avoid evil, play more games.